Alrighty, my name is Jimmy Lazinski, and I'm with Bleeding Cool.
Great
Hey,
hat.
Jimmy.
Thank you,
Yeah,
fellas.
great hat.
All
Love
right,
it.
I love it. Thanks. I appreciate you saying so. Let me say, guys, what a thrill it is to be talking to you, gentlemen, today. Clark, I've been a fan of yours. The Kick-Ass Hot Tub Time Machine. I'm dying up here. And Christian, I like you. I always have. I always will. And ever since before the turn of the century and Billie Jean and Heather's True Romance is my
Thank you.
absolute favorite movie. No, thank you. Thanks for taking the time today, guys. But let's dive right in. I don't want to eat up too much of my time washing your balls. Let's talk about Inside Job,
Ah,
premiering on Netflix October 22nd. We play Rand Ridley and Brett Hand, respectively. You boys are no stranger to the voice acting game. What drew you to this project in particular?
The writing.
Clark, you want to? Yeah, the
Yeah.
writing. The writing. Me too. Yeah, I mean, it was a clever, creative story. It's become interesting. You do these shows. I think we probably started 3 years ago putting this together, and as time has gone on, it's become more relevant. More people are buying into the deep state and these conspiracy theories. So it's an office adult comedy show, but it's almost based in reality,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah,
it's almost based in some people's reality.
yeah, that's very well put.
Are either of you guys into conspiracy theories?
Uh, I mean, I have an interest in. There's not a conspiracy theory that I subscribe to, but I do find it really interesting from like a sociology standpoint of just seeing like why people get into this stuff is really interesting to me. But it always ends up being like really sad and tragic, usually like with the QAnon stuff, where it's like tearing people's families apart. I find the flat Earth people really infuriating, and the people, the moon landing stuff. The moon landing one, the like Stanley Kubrick moon landing one, that was one I really got into one time because I was like, if anybody could pull that off, you feel like Kubrick's the guy, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure, 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 sure. Yeah, I know. You know what?
True, but
Yeah, that one.
It's fascinating.
That one's easy to get into, right? That one seems to the fake moon landing, right?
Christian, you got one you like?
No, I just, probably 20 years ago when Oliver Stone was making JFK and all those movies, I mean, you couldn't help but want to believe that something bigger or greater, happened in that situation. It all just seems so mysterious with Lee Harvey and, so I do recall getting sucked into that rabbit hole a little bit years and years ago.
You don't want. I mean, I think this is the universal thing about conspiracy theories is you don't want life to just be purely chaotic. You want to feel like there's an order behind everything, and I think that's why people
Yes.
get into them. There's comfort in the sense that it's not just cruel and random.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
That something is in charge, that there is an Illuminati pulling the strings, there is a deep state, that all this stuff is planned out. You don't want it to be random.
Right. So the inside job is taking shots and shining a light on some of these bigger conspiracy theories by pointing out the ridiculousness. Are we hoping to maybe take away some of the power of the conspiracy theory with this show?
I mean, I don't know if the show
Pop
has
the balloon a little bit.
Yeah. I think
have some fun with it.
Yeah, I think it mainly mines it for laughs more than I don't think the show has like a point of view it's trying to swing you around to. I think it's mostly for fun.
Rand Ridley definitely has strong points of view. It's just that the character is right. That's one of the issues with him. And if he could just get enough people behind him. I mean, I think what's been interesting is as this has gone on, it's going to be a lot easier for Rand to have people following him. He could almost start his own QAnon type organization. I mean, he's very, very close to doing something like that.
Is any of this show a dog whistle for conspiracy theorists? Do you think it'll trigger anybody?
Yes. I think there'll be people out there triggered, that will look at this show again as like, finally somebody is, taking on the deep state, and somebody's taking on the Illuminati and exposing these people for who they really are. I think that nowadays, you're just getting to see clearer and clearer that there are people out there that will believe anything. We were just talking earlier. It'd be great if, look, I'm thrilled for William Shatner that he got to go up in the rocket. Very, very cool. But, they should get the flat earther guy, whoever the leader of that organization is, get him to go up in the Jeff Bezos ship, and have him take a look at the horizon and see that this planet is freaking round, for God's sakes.
That's a great idea, but he's going to be compromised. He'd be compromised by Bezos, by the deep state once he.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he might think it's all a projection.
Really, if you think about it, if you didn't want everybody to think the conspiracy theories are real, what you would do is make a comedy show making fun of them and like shining a light on it. So, most likely Christian and myself and everybody involved in the show are part of a kind of CIA-backed, which Netflix is obviously funded by the CIA.
Of course.
This is like a counterintelligence operation we're running to make it seem ridiculous.
Okay.
That's right. Right. That's the plan.
And now I'm in on it now, huh? Dragging me into this.
Most likely.
Right. Clark, Brett is the quintessential mediocre white man. Was it challenging to immerse yourself in this role?
Quintessential?
Something like that. One of those words.
It was fun to play Brett. Brett is sort of like, he's every like terrible, rich kid, like, but the fun thing about Brett is like, that's his surface level thing, but like the character himself is actually very sweet and well-meaning and actually just like deeply, deeply insecure. So that was the fun part of playing it, because that's the relatable stuff.
Right on, guys. That looks like it's my time. I got to cut it right here. Inside Job premieres on Netflix October 22nd. Clark, you're awesome. I want to thank you so much for your time. Christian, you're so cool. Thanks for everything. Guys, do me a favor. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on the other side.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.